Hey, hi, welcome to AI testing with Vijay. So in this video we are going to see about what is Pytest and what is the importance of Pytest in testing. And Pytest is very popular nowadays, and it comes with open source testing framework, right? So you don't need to pay any license charges for that. So many of the clients are opting for Pytest compared to the paid versions or licensed versions. Okay, and we have a plenty of people who are learning Python, good at Python, so they can easily adapt this particular framework. So that's the reason it is getting popular nowadays, and it allow both developers and testers to write simple as well as scalable test cases. I was working on Pytest from past around 7 to 8 years there. I was developing some sort of frameworks by using Pytest only for the ETL projects where I have huge amount of data, write all the Pytest required there and execute them. So that's one of the real-time example for me. So it is very simple, but you should be good with Python program. But Pytest is very easy compared to others. Okay, so it supports both unit testing, functional testing, integration testing, all whatever is required for you, it is available, and you can able to execute the regression suite also by using this. Okay, and it provides a simple syntax to write test with boilerplate. Like, you don't need to bother about writing multiple times. There are many reusable functions, all that stuff, and it's very simple syntax. I will show you so that you will understand. And it supports fixtures, parameterized testing, and rich plugins. You have a lot of plugins for Pytest also. For reporting, you have certain HTML or JUnit things which you can integrate. That also is possible, and that's where the plugin comes, right? And text format, all that stuff, text organization, all that stuff, you have a lot of plugins, but I'm not going to that. But the takeout from here is like it supports the fixtures and parameterized testing, which are the main features of Pytest. I'm going to explain exclusive on this fixtures and parameterized testing in upcoming videos. And the importance of Pytest in testing is easy to write and understand. Pytests are very simple. Python functions make them easy to write and read without requiring lot of boilerplate code. Like, you don't need a big lines or big things. Okay, it is easy to understand whether this particular function is a test function or a implement function or not. Those things are very easy to understand. Powerful and flexible, Pytest supports a wide range of testing needs, from simple unit test cases to complex functional testing with fixtures and parameterization, where you can reuse your code, all that stuff. So it is very flexible. Rich plugin ecosystem, as I told, like it has many plugins available. Pytest can integrate with tools like coverage, code coverage, mock, selenium, all the plugins we have. But going forward, if something plugin is useful, I will show you. Otherwise we can ignore. Based on needs, we can Google it and we can work on it, right? Better reporting, Pytest provides clear, detailed, user-friendly test results output, which helps quickly identify failing test cases. I will show you. When you execute all these things, you will understand better. So that's the reason I am not putting much concentration on explaining that. Supports fixtures. Fixture allows setup and a tear down of a test environment in a reusable and a modular way to improve the test maintainability. Like, you have a fixtures where you can write all your preconditions or pre environment readiness, all that stuff there, so that for every test, whatever the prerequisites are there, it will run all of them by using these fixtures. And lot more we can do with fixtures. I will explain further when we have exclusive videos for fixtures and parameters. At that moment you will understand. You can easily parameterization is like you can run easily run the same test logic with multiple inputs. Like, you can provide different inputs, and it will make use of same function with different parameters. Like, sometimes you can pass 2-3 parameters with the same functionality. This will increase the test coverage with less code, so you don't need to write multiple functions for a single same logic with different parameters, right? So that is possible with here. Widely adapted, so used by many professionals, Python projects and companies. It trusted framework that integrates well with CI/CD pipelines. So Pytest is capable of integrating with CI/CD pipelines as well. So now let's see what are the required things for Pytest. Okay, so the very first thing you need to check in your machine is you need to have Python for sure. Okay, so you just type Python hyphen hyphen version, or you want to check where Python is, you just type that where Python, it will give you the location, it will give you the version. Okay, so this is what basically need. The once it is done, while installing Python itself, you are installing pip. Okay, so pip is like it's a package holder, right? So it has all the required libraries there. Okay, so pip is already there, and you can just write pip install Pytest, so that your Pytest will be installed in your machine. Okay, so if it is already installed, you will see something like requirement already satisfied. If not, it will install. Okay, so some people they straight away install all this Python or this environment they work on directly, like me. Some people they used to create a virtual environment, from there they used to work. Okay, but it doesn't make any difference until unless it is restricted by your organization. Okay, just make sure you install pip, you install Python, or that's it. That's the basic requirement for Pytest. Okay, so now whatever you need, like the Python is there, pip is there, and you install the Pytest, right? Now if you see, first this is my basic program, first.py, and this is the hello world program, as you know. Now how can I make this? I will write a different test cases, but to make you understand how I can make this as a Pytest, I want to show you. Now in any as you know, in Python, when you want to define your own function, you start like this. Then so if you want to write anything like a test case, it has to be prefixed with test hyphen. So Pytest will only consider this as a test case, otherwise this is considered as a regular test. I will show you an example. Okay, now example, you wrote def, okay, and first underscore function, let's say, take like this, and you just take this one. Okay, now this is a function. Okay, you can execute it. Okay, now to make use of Pytest, you can always import Pytest. Okay, now this is just a function. Okay, this is not at a not at a test case. Okay, why? I will show you. Now when you want to execute it, this one, right? So you can execute like Pytest, then you can give first 1 minute, I think. Yeah, first is my file name, sorry, Pytest, FIRST, first. You try to execute, it will say that no test ran. Okay, and it collected zero tests, so it doesn't, this is not considered as a test. Now how to make it as a test case is very simple. You just or test, you just mark, you just prefix with a test word. Okay, then it is considered as a test. Now example, you run it again, now you see it is considered as a test case, and it ran, and the first dot is saying that it's a test. Okay, now if you have a same thing, now example, this is your second function, and this is your hello world 2 example. Okay, Now again you run it, it will consider two test cases. Okay, and this is the status of first test case, this is the status of second test case. Okay, now let's try another way. Okay, I'm just removing test word here. Okay, and you have a test here. Okay, now just save and try to run. So you just predict the first should be a test, the second should be a normal function. It doesn't create anything, and the same thing reflects here. One is passed and you can see it here itself. Okay, now that's how the primary difference. If you want to consider anything as a test, you need to ensure you have a test as a prefix. Okay, let's see what if I put at end, does it consider or not. Now you execute it, it doesn't. Okay, so every whenever you are you want to define it as a Pytest or a test case, make sure it is labeled or prefixed with a test, then only it is considered as a test case, otherwise not. Okay, that's how you can run the Pytest. Okay, so going forward we have assert statements, we have a lot of things to do, but the takeaway from this video is you should learn why you are selecting Pytest and what are the features available in Pytest, and how to make a normal function into a test, or how to write your first test case. So that I hope I